So let's imagine for a second that the father has this one wayward, rebellious son who's up to no good. The relationship has decayed. They're not really in touch anymore. And it's a sad state of affairs. And the father has this other student that he learns with every day. They've grown very close. They study for hours together every day. And they have a very strong, loving relationship. The son then visits back home. And all of a sudden, when the son is upstairs doing nothing really good and not really talking to the family or to the father's sitting here learning in the dining room with the student who he's very close with now and has a very strong, loving relationship. And then all of a sudden, a fire breaks out and consumes the home, and the father's inside, and he can only save one of them, the son or the student. Who would he save? Says Rav Yisrael Lipkin, Rav Yisrael Salanter, 1810 to 1883. Who is the father going to save? Every time he's going to save the son. Even though the connection isn't as strong right now, because we have something called the subconscious. About 100 years before Freud discovered the subconscious mind, Yisroel Salanter was already promulgating the idea throughout the world. Musar is the art, the tool used to help get mitzvos and Torah from our conscious minds, what we do, what we know, into our subconscious minds. And he actually learns this out from a steer and midrashim by the Akedah. Today is Rav Yisrael Lipkin, Rav Yisrael Salanter's Yartzeit, and I thought it would be fitting to talk about at least one of his lessons that he taught throughout his life, and it should give his neshama spiritual ascendance in heaven. Parashat Mishpatim has 57 different mitzvos in the parasha, all about laws with interpersonal relationships, v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, bein adam lechaver, between man and his fellow. Says Rav Hutner that it's actually a famous, it's worth it to see inside, in a famous talk and famous letters that he wrote, that Rabbi Yisroel Salanter, it's not by accident, by chance, that he passed away, that he died during Parshas Mishpatim, for this is exactly what he embodied his entire life. Always being someone who was the example of V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha and teaching it throughout the world. It's important, he says, that we go through, when we learn the mitzvahs and we study the mitzvahs, and we push them from our conscious minds into our subconscious minds. And I was thinking that Rabbi Yisroel Salanter taught that for 30 minutes, one of the ways to study Musar was to delve into one topic, one pasuk over and over again. 30 minutes there in quiet and singing it, trying to move it from the conscious minds into our subconscious minds, whereas the action really starts to take place. And I was thinking, well, that may be hard to attain nowadays, where it's hard to focus for so long, for 30 minutes for one thing. Maybe we can at least, in his merit, delve into one thing, focus on one thing for 5 seconds. Kriya Shema, reciting the Shema every morning. Maybe we can take upon ourselves, Shema Yisroel Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, with a clear mind, with equanimity, always focusing on it for 5 seconds. Maybe like this we'll be Zaycha of Yadata Hayom V'Hashevoisa Elavavecha, to take this tool that Rabbi Yisroel Salanter taught us, to help us to move the mitzvos from our conscious minds into our subconscious minds, so we can start really changing.